I'm Val and I work for Age UK in Gayeshead, and my job title is Good Companions Co-Ordinator, which is a bit of a mouthful, but basically what I do is provide services for socially isolated older people. And by that I mean anybody over 50 who lives in the Gayeshead area who is struggling to get out of their homes independently and who are feeling depressed, who are unwell. We take people out who are disabled in wheelchairs, and the point of the project is to try and reduce feelings that come with social isolation and loneliness, which are depression, increased health problems, reduced mobility. People become very focused on their illnesses and become very, very low. So it's my job to try and get these people out and about and mixing and giving them a good time. The other things that I do involve bereavement support for older people. We provide a visiting service in people's own homes who have been bereaved and who've been referred to me. And people are referred to me by GPs, district nurses, social workers, anybody and everybody. And people can refer themselves to me. And they can receive a weekly visit from a bereavement support worker. We're not counsellors, but they are trained in bereavement support and counselling skills, and they will go out and support somebody through their bereavement process. So that's part of what I do, and I also run what I call travelling companion service. That means that we have volunteers who use their own cars to take people to hospital appointments who are struggling to get there by public transport. And we also do a lot of hospital and hospice visiting for people who want to visit their sick relatives daily and who are struggling to pay taxi prices and can't use public transport. We do have to charge for that service, but it's a lot lower than general taxi costs. To access the Travelling Companion service, you just give Age UK in Gayeshead a telephone ring and ask for me by name, Val, and the telephone number is 0191 477 3559. Right, today we're at Calendar Court in Beaconlough in Gayeshead, and I run a fortnightly craft group here. We transport older people in who are socially isolated and living in their own homes, so they need transport to get to these groups. We bring them in, and I run a craft group here, and today we've been painting silk scarves. You can see them here. And the clients love to come every fortnight. It's a social event for them. They learn new skills, they enjoy doing the crafts, they have a laugh, they have their lunch here, and they go home happy at the end of the afternoon, and that's the point of what I do. In order to run this group and numerous other social groups that I run, we have volunteers who help us. The drivers on the bus are volunteers. The escorts on the bus are volunteers, and general helpers with the groups are volunteers. I am the only paid member of staff who assists with these services. So we could not do any of the services that I try and provide without the help of the volunteers. Some of them work 5 days a week across different services. Some of them give 1 day a week. Some give a couple of hours. Their time is, depends on what time they have. But we have a lot of services across Age UK Gayeshead, and there are about 15 members of staff, and we've got 100 and odd volunteers, and they are invaluable to this organisation. We could not do what we do without the volunteers.